Colin Kaepernick is a free agent in the NFL, and while he is right now focusing on bringing relief to a famine-stricken Somalia, no NFL team has even signed him yet after he got out of his contract with the San Francisco 49ers. Well, guess what? Donald Trump decided to weigh in on this. So last night, this is what he said at his rally in Louisville, Kentucky.
Your San Francisco quarterback, I'm sure nobody ever heard of him. I'm just reporting the news. There was an article today. I love to report the news, and then they said I made a mistake, right? I said, no, the people reporting the news made a mistake if it's wrong. But there was an article today, it was reported, that NFL owners don't want to pick him up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. Do you believe that? I just saw that.
Okay. Now, what he's talking about, Bleacher Report did a story stating that 70%, one executive said that 70% of NFL executives hate Colin Kaepernick because he chose to take a knee last year during the playing of the national anthem. Now, Kaepernick announced that in the next upcoming season, he will no longer take a knee. He said because his point, speaking out against social injustice, the point was received. Now, also, Donald Trump had the audacity to say, oh, no one heard of him. So why were they booing? Which means they've heard of him. Two, who had the highest selling jersey in the NFL last year? Kaepernick. Sounds like somebody heard of Colin Kaepernick. But the reality is this here. The NFL is shameful. What the NFL actually is saying is, oh, how dare you, black man, decide to take a stand on an issue. Now, if you had beat your woman, oh, we'll sign you in a minute. If you had done cocaine, we'll sign you in a minute. If you were alcoholic or a drunk and you ran over somebody, no problem. We'll excuse that. We'll sign you in a minute. But because you dared to actually exercise the First Amendment, oh, we're going to penalize you. And also, those 70% of NFL execs who will not sign Colin Kaepernick, how many of them has said a word about police brutality? How many of them have said a word when it comes to our prison industrial complex? How many of them have done what Colin Kaepernick has done, and that has given $1 million to various organizations who are out here fighting for social justice? How many of these same NFL owners and executives have raised money trying to deal with the famine in Somalia? Today, I want to have Colin Kaepernick on the show. But Colin Kaepernick is traveling today. You know why? Because he convinced Turkish Airlines to be able to get one of their planes to deliver tons of food to Somalia. He's actually going to be in Somalia. Please show me how many of these owners and these executives are actually doing that, and they're all billionaires. The reality is this here. The NFL is very much run by conservative owners. And they're simply saying is, oh, no, no, no. We are not going to allow this black man to do what he did. Oh, no, we're going to punish him as a result. Now, no one has to sign any player. That's a privilege. It's not a right. But let me, are you trying to tell me this here? That out of 64 NFL quarterbacks, you trying to convince me that Colin Kaepernick isn't one of those 64? When you got some straight up bums, and I'll say it, my Houston Texans, our owner, Bob McNair, very conservative. We've sucked at quarterback for the last several years. Are you trying to tell me he can't play for some of these teams? Really? Donald Trump, why don't you focus on running the White House as opposed to trying to comment on what's happening in the NFL? Because you're already screwing the White House up. When did you screw anything else up when it comes to the NFL? Let's go to our panel here.
It's important to remember that Donald Trump was exiled by the NFL. He wasn't allowed to buy an NFL franchise. That's why he went to the USFL.
And destroyed that league.
Now, what I'm about to say to you all, I'm a political scientist. I am not a psychologist. This is not a clinical assessment. But Donald Trump is a delusional man that needs serious help. And we as a country have to figure out how to get him there.
But here's the piece here. This is also an NFL issue, and that is these NFL owners, if Colin Kaepernick has slapped his girlfriend, they will still sign him.
Yeah, in addition to the list of questions that you have for those owners, I would be wondering how many of those owners have slapped around their wives. I mean, clearly, there are things that everything else apparently is okay. But if you are someone who stands up for principle, if you are someone who specifically stands up for black people, if you are someone who's not afraid to speak truth to power, then apparently there's no place for you in the NFL. And that's one more reason why they don't deserve our support, they don't deserve our money. I am one of those people who bought a Colin Kaepernick jersey. It's the first and only NFL jersey I've ever bought, and I will never buy another dime associated with the NFL if this man doesn't get another job.
Roland, I'll tell you, that's one of the best commentaries I've ever heard you make, and I agree with 100% of what you said. And I'm proud of Kaepernick taking a stand and putting his money where his mouth is. But this whole issue with him is about the NFL being weak as hell and about corporate America who are telling the NFL, you sign this boy, we're pulling our advertising. That's what that's all about.
So the real question becomes for the African-American community, what are we going to do?
Absolutely.
Where are we going to stand?
Yep.
Are we going to be fans or are we going to be fools?
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll find that out with this upcoming NFL season to see if a team actually picks him up. A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.